Satsuki looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%.
Back down Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the Lurking Arm. Catching 2, but this time on, it's gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Boogan's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Boros on the backside, but he's doing it for Thunder. And then stunned. Oh my goodness. The combo.
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Howdy, hello, welcome to twitch.tv/ElTaquito. I'm Taco. I will be your host tonight for this wonderful Div A matchup of Nexus Gaming Series with Boogans Forever taking on Runnin' Wild. The coins have been flipped, the maps have been banned, and we are going to a Volskaya Foundry. With me, I have the wonderful Meow Meow Cats. Meow, how are you doing this evening?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm ready for some action, ready for some blood.
Yeah. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, so it looks like the teams are ready. So let's jump into this. I like it. Silence is compliance, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just
something.
like, I'm watching our 30-minute delay.
Yeah, this is not an endorsement for anything. This is not a call to action. Jeez. Are you leaning forward? Is that what that is?
Yeah, dude, I look like very like forward. I'm gonna sit back.
Yeah,
now.
I thought I fixed that. I'll fix that in a minute. All right, we're going into the draft. Y'all ain't gonna hear shit for a second. All right, sorry about that. It's still not perfect. That's on the fly, behind the scenes stuff, so that's cool.
All right, well, I'll fix it. I'll fix it once I see 30 minutes what I look like. So, like, what do we know about these two teams? Anything or?
Not much. Thanks for doing your research coming into this. We know
yeah,
that.
I'm really well. I know a lot about both of these teams. I know a lot about HOTS.
So, Boogans Forever banned Dragonshire and Battlefield of Eternity. If that tells you anything about what they like or don't like, and Runnin' Wild got rid of Altric Pass and Infernal Shrines.
Which is my favorite map. How are you going to get rid of Infernal Shrines like that?
Runnin' Wild did pick Volskaya Foundries, which I find very interesting.
Definitely interesting. I mean, it's a big team fight map, so I guess they're very confident about their ability to fight.
Yeah. Oh, y'all can't see the draft. There it is. I'm on point to. You asked me how I'm doing. Apparently terribly.
You're doing great. We're doing great.
So, Brightwing first ban, and then Sylvanas.
Well, we got Joustin in the chat. We got not Vela. I don't know her really.
It's all right.
She's like
crazy.
Someone we know.
She's crazy. All right. So I need to. Can you move to your right a little bit?
Okay. This way?
Yeah, perfect. Just
perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
And
cool.
Get a few inches shorter, like forever, for real life.
I don't know, just yeah. We'll do one of those.
Perfect. I like it.
Perfect.
Sorry about that.
No, that's good. We're working out the kinks.
Yeah.
Ooh, they got rid of Tychus. That is getting rid of Tychus means a lot. Like, what are you going?
But it doesn't really anymore. Not to completely disagree. Tychus is such a top tier hero right now. I've seen him get first pick with no idea what's on the other team. Which is the only reason.
Are they gonna go Cho'Gall? Are we gonna see the nice Cho'Gall game tonight? That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be. But you're right. It does implicate a little bit more concern
beefy.
about it. It does.
Something's beefy.
So,
oof. First pick Chromie. I would not feel good about that as the other team.
No, I don't know how Chromie gets through right now. Chromie is so
Chromie's
strong,
insane.
just in general.
Even with like the debuff on Chromie, I mean, she's still, the amount of damage she does to every single character is is insane.
Yeah, the only thing about it is that it's a little bit delayed, so maybe, but it's hard to predict anyway.
Yeah.
Falstad and Stukov coming out. Falstad, definitely the winner coming out of this most recent patch, even with the bug fix.
Yeah.
Definitely
I mean,
big time winner. And
I feel like,
go ahead.
I mean, it's banned pretty much every time you're playing Storm League right now. Falstad is like OP right now.
Stukov really good with that area control too. So we have Chromie and Diva coming in with the Garrosh. The Chromie Diva already seems really scary, and then Garrosh is going to be able to do, I think, whatever he wants as long as that slowing sands is down. And when you can throw a Diva Bomb and throw people into Diva Bombs, I'm looking for some really big wombos coming out of this. But
that can go bad. That can go really bad. I've seen the Garrosh throw a bomb totally the other way.
Right.
You know?
So you play a lot of healer, at least in casual play. What do you want to take in with this Chromie Diva Garrosh?
I mean, any kind of like slows or roots you can get. So like Malfurion would be, I think, really fat right here with the Chromie. Especially, yeah, the sleep that they've added to Malfurion. I think that would be insane. I'm not sure what either of the two play here, but I think that would be.
I like the
really
Maybear. May's got a lot of good area control. And
I
believe.
Do you know anyone that plays a really good May? Maybe like the number 13 May in North America? Do you know
I know the number 14. I know the number 14 May in North America. He was actually teaching me how to play May for a while.
Oh, well, that's good.
But their tank, I know that the Run and Wild tank player plays a little bit. At least I've seen in casual play. That's the only thing I know about that team is that I know who their tank player is, and I've seen May one game. So that might be it. I don't know how strong she is with her, so that might be a target ban, that might not be. I like the May ban in general for the comps as they are so far anyway. So I really couldn't tell you without going and pulling up stats that I can do in just a minute.
Ooh. This is definitely like a wombo combo. Oh.
I don't know. I think the Anubrak is interesting.
I don't know which team I'm more scared of.
I don't.
Because each of them I'm like oof and oof.
All right, so I like Maiev. I don't like the Maiev with this comp. I don't think they have anything to. I don't think they can do anything with Maiev. Is what I see.
Like if it was like Maiev and Greymane, it could be like more.
I hate Lucio. When you have, and then when you have this Lucio comboed with the Chromie and the Garrosh and the it just looks terrifying. I
really wish we could have a Harrison cam right now because he's just sleeping in the chair next to me. He laughed. He woke up.
Fantastic. Is that like a puppy cam?
Yeah, he fell asleep.
Oh.
He's like watching a video. He just literally just fell
asleep. That video better be this damn stream.
Yeah.
The thing that I didn't do. Do I have my? I don't even have my Twitch pulled up.
Yeah, Justin, I agree that the new sleep on Malfurion is so insane. Like if you're good at it, it is nutty.
All right, so over here in the blue corner, we have Tom Peace on the Diva, Thundercats on the spazzing out Lucio, non-champion on, I can't tell anymore, Chromie, Bummernot on the Garrosh, and Camp Bella's on Greymane. Who do we have on the red team? Meow.
Oh man, we have. Well, they're moving now. I can't read.
All right, we got Kairu on the Anubarak. Oh god, I can't read that either. Caticide.
That's so hard.
Caticide on the Sonya, Salvaje on the Falstad, Mr. Executive on Stukov, and whoever's left full on grits on Maiev. Those are your teams. Boogans Forever versus Runnin' Wild. Let's take a look at these level 1 talents. Meow, do you see anything interesting?
Lucio's still spazzing in the corner. I mean, Sonya looks like she's going W build. That's good. The lightning on Falstad still, I think, pretty OP. Chromie stacking, I think that's actually pretty interesting.
Well, the Vision spell power did get nerfed by about a third. It got nerfed by 5 out of the 15%, so down to 10. So the stacking builds have a lot more focus strength now, but that vision is still really strong.
Absolutely.
For everybody hanging out in the chat, there is now a prediction up. Who wins game 1 based off of the based off of the drafts, and you have about 4 minutes left. So if you want to wait,
by Garrosh there. Oh, but I don't know if that's gonna probably kill his entire team. Yep.
Raymade gonna be first blood, going down to the Falstad after the Sonya throw into his own team. Garrosh gonna pay as well. Tompiece looking in bad shape. Maev gonna go and get the mech. Falstad actually with the last hit on that. But Diva, the pilot, does get out clean. But yeah, so if you want to wait about 3 more minutes to see how the teams are doing before you predict, that's fine too. If you want to predict solely based on the drafts, that's up to you. Predictions live for another 3 or so minutes. Yes, Sylvanas, you are a dog. So we do get a good 4-man rotation coming out from Boogan's Forever. I should have asked him, is it Boogan or Boogan or Boogan? Boogie? I don't know.
Boogans.
But interesting interactions with the Garrosh and Maev. Probably just more of a going back to the shade, to the Spirit of Vengeance, I believe it's called.
And just Sonya's just double soaking.
Yeah. So what? So you were saying you're kind of afraid of both comps. Which one do you think works better for this map, based off of the objective, the size, all of that?
I mean, for the objective, they're gonna have a little bit, I think, more sustain on Lucio. With the Diva bomb, they can like really like get the other team out of the position. But I think with the Stukov, you have that like really big heal, a lot of stuns on a Nubarak there, and then the pull on Maev. Followed up by the damage on Falstad. I mean, it's really just depends on how each team plays.
I find it super interesting that we just now have Sonya getting on the point to start the channel. Both teams
like,
really not valuing this early game protector. Vivan, thank you for the pronunciation Boogans. Although I think although I do have to say, many Boogans died for this information, and so we know that the information is vitally important.
Exactly, very important.
I believe I got my culture reference proper.
Squirtle guy's going for the Boogans.
Boogans.
The Boogans. Down to Boogans.
I guess everyone's giving their own pronunciation.
So Jew in the Well says it's Boogins. Okay?
Yes.
Very important.
Is that Jew in the Well or G win the well? Because the reward for the competition is a well.
Either way, I don't think it's appropriate.
Boogie.
Oh no.
You know, I agree, Joustin. Too much Overwatch on the Boogie Nights. There's so much action going. I'm trying to sit on the objective, but neither team is doing anything.
They don't really care about it. Oh, and now they've thrown Sonya into the entire team.
But Greymane having to get out with a nice disengage. That's a hunter ability. To get away, but Bummer not looking low. That armor gonna come in clutch for Garrosh. No kills, a lot of fighting, nobody dies, just like all this high level play, and it makes me wonder, why do I cast teams that don't kill each other?
They don't care, they don't want to kill each other.
Oh man, somebody do something. No, a lot of really high level play. That's why I like these games. It's really high level play.
Right, absolutely. And
the fact that
not fighting over objective is so high level. Like, obviously, you're going to win this game through the soak, not just, like, a simple objective.
Right, and the objective is kind of until now that we're past the 5-minute mark, it might do something. I think both teams looking for level 10 before they really commit to an objective play here. But you have all the camps picked up. Not a single camp left alone. That's turrets. Blue turret spawns in just over a minute. Red turret in just over 2 minutes. And the siege camps, both about to come back online. Those were picked up at about the same time. I expect both teams will try to get their own siege camps again before committing to this objective. A big push from Run Wild into the top fort. Maiev on the wrong side of the wall. Her teammates
not
helping
on
out.
the right side.
Pick it. Yeah, she was on the left side if you're looking at the map. Her teammates clearing that wall for her to get out. Remember, the wall has half the health of the gate. In a nice little chain onto Thundercats. Thundercats able to get away, though, with the help of Garrosh. Anubrak trying to get in and get some damage done, but it's just not working. Both teams have level 10s online. For Running Wild, we have Cocoon. Oh, Containment Disc. You don't see that much. Mighty Gust and Massive Shove. Looking, wow, that's insane. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Then we got High Five, Taunt, Warlord Challenge, that is. Cursed Bullet, Micro Missiles. I almost said Magic Missiles. And
Magic.
Slowing Sands. Okay, so
that's
holy crap. All right, so check this out. You Containment Disc someone. You Cocoon someone. You Massive Shove someone else out. You're now in a 5v2. And then when those other cooldowns are done, that's a 5v3. A nice Umbral Bind onto the Diva mech. Diva trying to get out. The mech goes down. A big explosion, though, is going to...
Oh, Sonya, no health, but she gets out somehow.
That was weird. How did Diva mech die and also bomb go off? Can when someone sees that, please let me know what just happened. But overall, wow, a huge trade in favor of Boogie Knights, Boogans forever. Going 3 for 1, losing Lucio in the process to pick up a Nubrak, Maiev, and Falstad. They get the first Triglav Protector, and they might put a gunner in with Chromie the driver. And let's see what they go for first. So Meow, we're past level 10. We're almost coming up to level 13. So we see what heroics they have. Boogie Knights picks up the first Protector. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
I mean, so far I think they're definitely scaling well. I definitely think the red team has the ability to come back. Right, it's just the first objective, but definitely Boogie Knights looks like they're definitely ahead currently. But they didn't go top with the Protector, which is interesting.
Yeah, I would want to go get that top fountain and maybe that forward to get advantage for that next objective. Joustin coming in with the really good, on top of the 3 isolations. When you have an Anubrak engage and Sonya leap on the target, then and Suka Silence Bolt, like that 5v2 is a dead. There's a leap onto the Cocoon target. Not really good communication there, as we see. Garrosh gonna get out clean. Yeah, Pat, that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. I don't get it either.
I guess she must have pushed her button fast, Pat.
Yeah, Pat, if you don't mind, would you go back and clip that so we can look at that easier?
We need the official clipper, Pat, please.
I will definitely give you a Frostman Pat once I have clip confirmed.
Sonya and Diva fighting bottom. Sonya winning that 1v1. I'm just double soaking here. Just looks like they're trying to soak 16.
Diva at about half health, gonna make a rotation up. Sonya headed back down for that soak, but it looks like for the most part, Running Wild working on that 4-man top mid rotation while we have a 5-man turret pickup. Sylphrenia, welcome to the area.
Hi, Sylphrenia.
Sylphrenia, hey. I believe the expression is hey girl, hey.
Yes, that's what we're going for here.
All right, Sylphrenia, hey girl, hey. All right, so Run Wild, trying to making a good defense from Boogans, trying to push in on that bot fort. While we look at top fort, big minion wave coming in. That's where Boogans is headed. And actually, Running Wild with an XP advantage. Here's a look at the XP breakdown. I don't think you have the overlay installed yet, and I can help you with that otherwise. But if you go up, are you able to see the XP breakdown, heroes, minions, etc.?
No.
Cool. No worries.
That's for you. You can tell everyone.
No, I'm looking. There's a lot. It's a lot of information in a little bit of space. So while both teams have picked up their siege camps, assault troopers, as it were, Boogan's Forever working on pushing in this mid fort. They're gonna go and take it down. That is the first fort of the game, which does trend really well with how
Garrosh
games
in the
go.
cocoon. Oh,
Yeah,
stopped bomb. A stopped bomb. And very interesting.
I've never seen that.
No, never.
Whoa! Can we get another clip?
Pat on the clips.
Hi, kitty cat. Rhaegar, you want to come here? So, it's felt like Running Wild has been behind a little bit the whole way, but they're ahead on XP by about a quarter of a level. That difference is catching up. Chat, here are the talents. If you see anything interesting, please let me know and we'll talk about it. I don't play really any of these characters all that much, so if you see an interesting talent choice, I would love to investigate. We do have the second objective up. Anubrak standing on top of the objective, starting to get that percentage, but not with the team.
Right.
We do have a 4v5 breaking out over the emitter camp. I was kind of in support of the Anubrak challenge while the team did stuff, but a team fight not super good without the tank. There is a massive shoving
Chromie in the cocoon.
Greymane out. The cocoon does go out. All objectives except for containment disc to the dead by or not objectives, heroics used by Running Wild. There was a jump. Who jumped? That was weird. Overall, a really big team fight for Running Wild. Sorry that I couldn't quite follow all of it.
It was a lot at one time.
And there was a cat climbing on my computer.
Well, sometimes that is very distracting.
Woo! So, Running Wild got up to 42% of the objective while they were on it, and then the fight broke out, went hugely in favor of Boogan's Forever. Now, Garrosh standing alone by himself, like
So
I already
definitely
said.
the opposite of what we said before is it
Right,
was a new
exactly.
point, and yeah, we got.
But it's pretty safe. But that was a 4-for-1 team fight.
Absolutely. And Joustin mentions not enough W on Sonya, and I would agree, Joustin, that she went a lot of E, which I would disagree with this.
It looks like a very mixed build, which I do find.
Yeah, it's a little bit funky. Like usually, if you're gonna go the first talent of a W on Sonya, you go W all the way. So it's interesting that she went Shot of Fury and then into the Life Funnel and Ruthless, definitely.
Yeah.
But then also to go back to Giant Slammer at the end. So, I mean, very interesting.
Yep. Well, maybe they have a plan. We'll see how it works out. Sylph mentioning needing that instant replay is something I'm going to be working on soon. I did just upgrade to music during the waiting screen. So we'll get there eventually. So the Protector's picked up, but all of Running Wild going ahead and bypassing the Protector. Gonna try to make a dive onto Garrosh and Lucio, but both of them very hard to get killed. So they get out just fine. The Protector gonna have to retreat, getting melted pretty quick by the 5-man as it makes its way down to the bot lane.
And Sonya going back top to Sylph. So it's just a 4-man here.
Yes, absolutely. I have tried to get a little bit clear so that those towers are fully focused on hero damage. And a knockback and a dash or protector Q on the Falstad, so that isn't going to combo very well. Falstad not taking a whole lot of damage from that. And Boogan's Forever has abandoned the Protector, said, nah, I need a new car.
I'm good. Whatever.
They're like, this is Dubai, and I leave my Ferrari at the airport. And goodbye. No kitty cat, you don't get to go up there. So, both of these teams just all over the map within a few seconds.
I'm getting a little dizzy by their rotations.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm also getting dizzy by the cat biting my arm and trying to climb on my desk, and my wife not removing him from the room. But Garrosh caught in the cocoon as I dropped the cat from about hip tight. Don't worry, he's fine.
Sonya on the back line. Oh, now we got Maev on the back line.
Yeah, Falstad looking really low, gonna get out. Sonya also not in really good shape. But a great Mighty Gus as the Vault of the Wardens is going to save Maev, and then Spirit of Vengeance away, going to get out with 500 health. Nobody except for Stukov, the healer, looking in good shape for Running Wild. Maev still gets caught. The Lucio, that's why he is such a menace, going to catch up, and then the Stukov goes down from full health to nothing.
Nothing in a second.
I didn't even realize he was getting attacked.
No, they came and they saw and they definitely capitalized.
Yeah, so Boogan Forever first to 20. We get a high 5 improvement. We get a Titanic Might to Throat 2. That is Hunter's Blunderbuss on the Greymane, a micro missiles upgrade, and Pierce coming out of Boogan Forever. Level 20, looking to be far, far away, as close as they are on the side of Running Wild. Running Wild desperately wanting to be on the same talent here. Sonya trying to get that soak in the bot lane, has managed to make it down, or make it back to base rather, for the defend. Right now, the structure count is 3 to 6, or 3 to 0, depending on how you score that. And all camps that have been taken, which are all of Running Wilds, are blue, because they've been taken by Boogans Forever. So, Meow, you're Running Wilds. You just hit level 20. You just picked the Trader King, Ignore Pain, Shadow Orb Vengeance, Wind Tunnel, and Top Off. And you're trying to come back into this game that you've had a hard go at. What do you do?
Wow. Like, I guess they indeed went for the boss here, the support camp on this guy, which was definitely a risky pick, but man, they just really need to push their lanes. Their lanes are all pushed. I mean, top lane was pushed to the core. We've got bottom lane pushed to their fort. I think they just need to really soak and get the lanes back in order, because if they get a protector, they need to definitely take one of these forts.
So at this point, they're on the same talent tier. And so, I mean, I think we use the word soak for everything. Right? Anything that involves getting lanes pushed out. So I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Getting control of the map is what you mean with that, right?
Definitely just like pushing out your lanes and
okay. And which I would completely agree with. Right now you're pushed in. You got blue on the right half of the map. Or in the case of Running Wilds, they'll see it as red.
And
but
so even if you win an objective, what do you get from it? Not much if your lanes are all pushed to core.
Right. Now.
Right. So now they're trying to push out and then go to objective and see if they can win a fight there.
Yeah, and this is the third objective. This is going to be a hard fight, especially because they just lost their fort in the bot lane. Lucio holding the point, going back and forth, trying to dance on the conveyor belt. Going to go ahead and let that fall off because they do not have vision on Running Wild, who's coming down for this objective. Falstad bot. D.Va is in the top lane. This is going to be a long rotation for D.Va. So this is 5v4 in favor of Running Wild right now. Caticide on the Sonya is hanging out in that bush. Decides to leave it, though. Wants to stay safe with her team. Falstad, where are you going, my dude?
It looks like, they're going for their top camp.
Trying to get some clear, trying to deny some extra push. They must have gotten a little bit of vision, knowing it's safe for Falstad to make rotations. Kairu and Mr. Executive looking either for their camp or to stop that steal. And I think they were going for their camp, but when they saw that their assault troopers got picked up by Boogans Forever, decided to back off from the turret camp. 5v4, now 5v5 on the turret camp. Again, both teams just ignoring this objective at the moment for everything else on the map. Anubra getting thrown away by the
big Mighty
Garrosh.
Gus there. Oh, and D.Va out of her mech.
Mighty Gus in the wind tunnel, not able to completely deny the camp. The turret gets picked up and used by Boogans Forever. Maev still with her turret though. Is going to get a pull on the Garrosh, get him pulled in, but Chromie going to be able to harass down the Sonya. Sonya not going to make it out alive, but full on crits might also go down as well, and that is a 2-for-1 as D.Va falls. 3-for-1, 4. The kills keep coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming for Boogans Forever. That is a 13-6 score. That is a keep down.
And they're just going to end the game top, I think, here.
And absolutely, I think they just end the game top.
And everyone in the chat is ignoring your horrible reference.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. Remember, there's like a 3-hour delay.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
The cursed bullet into the just blow
just like
up of
instantly
Stukov.
deletes Stukov. Instantly deletes him.
Oh,
I've never
man.
seen that. Like literally 100% to 0% in 1 second on the healer.
Wow. All right, so that is game number 1. Going over to Boogans Forever.
Wow,
Here
my
we
brain
go
hurts.
over to the summary. All right, looking at these stats while I do some administrative as I award points. What do you see out of the stat page, summary page? Did it show up for you?
Yes, so definitely some fat damage on Greymane here, and that's a 5-1 Greymane is really, that's not fun to go against, I think. And
what about a 5-0 Chromie?
Yeah, right. So then you have like a very similar amount of damage there on hero damage on Chromie, but the amount of soak she has is more than even a Sonya, which is pretty insane. So wow, really, really high stats on Boogans here.
Yeah, I think they kept control of the map completely. Oh, and we're being reminded that it's Boogans as well as Boogans as well as Boogans.
Boogans.
And I think the only one we're missing is Bo-Ogans.
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 Not Boogan. Listen, I'm from Philadelphia. We don't say anything correctly. Boogans.
You can't even make bells that are intact. Jeez.
I can't even say bagel.
Bagel? Do you say it like Britta Perry? Bagel?
Bagel, it's like a solid bagel.
Wait, say it again.
Like bagel. It's not a bagel. It's
all
a
right,
bagel.
so again, I like the approach that Running Wild had. I like the cocoon with the containment disc with the massive shove. You have a gust. Like their team was had the potential to completely isolate any such target that they wanted.
Absolutely.
I don't think it worked well together. Maybe it was a communication thing. Maybe it was I don't know, but it didn't seem like it was there, but it had a lot of potential. I don't think they had anything to combo well with the Maiev. And I think it was more of a, here's an idea that we can run with based off of one piece of information, which is the ult isolations. And I don't think it was executed as well as it was thought out, which is really sad because I like the idea. I thought it was a really good idea. Whereas Boogans Forever, Boogans, Boogie Nights Forever, was they just had it worked better. It worked really well together without heroics. And when you have a team comp that works well without heroics, you're not on a cooldown.
Absolutely.
All right,
you don't have to capitalize off one thing.
Anything else you noticed before we get into the lobby for the next game, which is set up?
Oh, perfect. We'll leave.
Any more thoughts on?
I'm curious about your Under Armour pajamas.
I know, me too, Pat. Thanks. It's not. You know what, Pat? I appreciate it. I'll take it. I had a really big test today that I got an unofficial 100 on.
Ooh.
Because we don't have the test. We don't have the or my instructors don't have the key that's held close by the NRC. Only they have the key. And so those will be sent off, and I'll find out in a week or so what I actually got.
So a true smarty pants.
Yep. All right. So next map is going to be Towers of Doom. First draft team appears to be Boogans Forever, which means this map was picked by the Towers of Doom match was picked by Towers of Doom. How appropriate. It was picked by Running Wild. This is the comeback map, and when you're trying to mount a comeback, you go to Towers of Doom, right?
Absolutely. And it's really about winning the 4-man. You got your double soaker, you got to win that 4-man.
And not abandoning your offlaner when they need help.
Yes. We don't know anything about that.
No, we don't, do we? We know nothing about that.
No.
Meow does not happen to be the offlaner on my team. There's no such way that that's a thing.
And Vel always comes to save me.
You can join off me, by the way.
Okay, I'll do that.
Prost mime Pat coming in with the shout out. Thank you, bud. But yeah, so that test, so they're 3-hour tests, and I took 2.5 hours today when I normally only take like 1 and change. So I was like super stressed about it.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of sweat, a lot of sweat. All right, Boogans are ready. Running Wild is ready. Meow, are you ready?
I'm pretty ready. I'm feeling
All right, we're
excited.
going into Towers of Doom, Game 2 of Boogans Forever versus Running Wild. Meow, what is it that you would like to see?
What would I like to see? I want to see our double soakers. Like, are we going a Malthiel here? Zool? And then what's the counter to that? I mean, a lot of the times you can see a double soaker, and then you pick a solid damage to go against them and just really end that for them, and then the other team can't win. So do we get a Zagara against a Zool that's just like really... Zool can't do anything.
How do you spell bougie?
Like the bourgeoisie.
Right. So
But
actually
yeah, that's it. How Val has just spelled it. Bougie butts.
Oh, I did it right. So that's actually the etymology of it. So real quick, Sylvanas ban and Tychus ban. Sylvanas ban really strong here because this is all about map control. As much as you think it's about the altars, it's about map control. Every map is about map control. I'm pointing at the wrong direction because I put my computer on a different monitor.
Are we gonna see an Asmo ban then here? Because that's
no,
really,
absolutely
really
not.
strong.
Asthma trash.
No, on Towers of Doom, you leave an Asmodam alone, you're done.
Asmo go core.
Yes, just fully. Directly go core. Walk through.
False tag go core. So bourgeoisie, that's actually where bougie came from. It's a bougie way of saying bourgeoisie because I think our society doesn't understand language anymore to include the word bourgeoisie, and so it became bougie.
Yeah, it was like a French class of people. They were like upper middle class in France, and that's where bougie comes from.
Bourgeoisie isn't actually just French. Like that part of culture came over to America, to the colonies during the migration as well, the pilgrimage. But also in that line, we also started saying that yeah, definitely a big ban on the Chromie. They're like, oh, Chromie's
they were
still
like,
strong.
no more Chromie, thank you. Oh, Garrosh again.
Garrosh comes back out with the Brightwing. Brightwing staying up instead of the Chromie ban. I support the Brightwing ban here. Absolutely.
A throw with the Brightwing Poly. Oof.
So someone I used to work with, we used to say that girl was Toolbox because it was a derivation of Ratchet. And when you put your Ratchet in your toolbox, and so someone was like super Ratchet.
Oh God.
And I think that kind of goes along the same line as bougie from bourgeoisie. It's just like, here's the word we mean, so here's the word we're gonna say. Now that's something that we mean, so here's what we're gonna say instead. And that's just how words work now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like POG, right? I mean that's more of an acronym, but still but it represents an idea that is 1, 2, sometimes 3 levels down the line. But back to this game, Stukov ban, even really strong here with the choke points around the altars, being able to stop the secures. A Medivh ban coming out. Medivh really strong in Towers of Doom, lots of delay. Ley line is huge, big setup for a gust or a throw. I love the Mephisto pick. Oh, absolutely. Diablo, APOC, Durance of Hate.
I'm scared.
The dirty freaking, I mean, it's not a dirty bathtub, but I don't think the Sylve's a target ban. I think she's a really strong hero, especially on this map, where you could potentially have infinite towers to take. I'm ready for this combo coming out of Running Wild. I think they said, look, we've got to combo better. If we want our stuff to synergize, we've got to make it synergize. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. Mephisto has such a low cooldown ultimate. And Mephisto and Leoric will be able to ultimate every single objective.
Absolutely.
Junkrat huge on the delay, Malthael big with the poke. Malthael a strong hero, going to be able to kill the Diablo, kill the Leoric. Uther pickup, he's strong. He's definitely a much stronger healer than he used to be. I'd like to see him with another. I mean, he's going to help with the. You know what? As a triple bruiser with Uther, I like that as well as maybe a double healer comp with the Uther. So right now we've got 2 globals on the side of Boojins, Boogie Knights, Bougie forever.
Boogans?
Yes.
Boogans.
And a really devastating set of combos coming out from
Running Wild. Yeah, that's like a wombo combo there.
So let me know. Go ahead and that was definitely a button. Let me know. Go ahead and run down the blue team for me while I get this prediction started. Meow.
Yes.
Go ahead and run down the blue team for me.
Oh, the blue team.
While I get this prediction started.
Oh, I will do that. So we got non-champion on Falstad. We have wow, why do they keep moving so fast? Thundercats on Brightwing, and she's doing that on purpose, so I can't do it. Yeah, Bummer not on Garrosh.
Let the battle begin.
Well, that's all we got.
All right, Thundercats on the Brightwing, Bummer not on the Garrosh, Camp Bella's on the Junkrat, Top Piece on Malthael, non-champion on Falstad. That is team Boogie Knights forever. Over here on the red team, getting blasted out of the fight. Cairo on the Diablo with the flip over onto Bummernaut. Garrosh at 20 health going down to the Uther. That is first blood going in favor of Running Wild. Ooh, they said, we are back. We are here with a vengeance. Cairo going back on the Diablo. Savaje going back on the Greymane. Mr. Executive on the Uther. Full on grits playing Tickle Me Fisto.
Okay.
And Caticide on Leoric.
And Tacos learned that I'm fully blind.
You know what? You just sit there and like say things.
That's what I'm here for. I'm just here for the. I'm here for the comedic.
And I'll do all the work. I would say just sit there and look pretty, but it's 2021 and my wife.
We can't say that. Can't say that anymore.
Right.
Ooh, Malthael going out against this Leoric. He's a little afraid.
All right, my wife has redeemed the push-ups or the sit-ups for 1,000 fuzzy taco lips, so I'll do that after this game.
How many push-ups are we doing?
It's 10. I call it 10. I could call it 2 though.
Yeah. 2 is good.
We do 10 here. Because I'm not a chump. It is hard damn work making this look like a chump. I love that movie. And she did say that she was redeeming those points for making you do that again. It did not work. A big throw.
Did not work.
Gonna get some clear away from the friendly team. Bummer not getting rid of the tank, but Diablo going hard in a non-champion in the Falstad. Falstad gonna go down. Not a whole lot of big abilities being used. Just a big slow from Leoric. Not able to get away. Falstad gonna be the second kill. Running Wild said, we are running back. They said, last map I took an L, but tonight I bounce back. Am I hip yet? Garrosh with another throw on Diablo. Diablo getting the heal block. That must be a body check from the Diablo. Here are your level 1 and 4 talents for both teams. Again, anything interesting, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave them up. I do like the spell shield on the Diablo, kind of. Into the Junkrat, into the Falstad. Some somewhat consistent damage, going to be able to block. Although I do like the immediate heal at level 1 now too, even though they nerfed the heal amount. A big phase shift coming in onto Garrosh, gonna stop him from having to sip or go back, probably. Again, both teams get some really good camp control. Honey, if you could take care of that for me, that would be fantastic. The top ultras being traded between the Leoric and the Malthael, just as you'd expect the top laners to do. Junkrat doing Junkrat things to stop Running Wild from getting a cap. However, Boogie Knights having to get pushed back. I think there's actually a team called Boogie Knights, so I feel bad doing that. Boogans forever. Being forced out from the bottom objective, getting picked up by Running Wild. That is going to go over 2-for-1 objective early on for Running Wild. That's going to be big for them. They really need this momentum to carry throughout this game. So, look. Oh, a big charge.
Diablo.
Jeez, Diablo.
A big flip on the garage.
Yeah, Mr. Executive get out 60 health and the Polymorph 70-24. Uther goes down. Uther heal activate. But Garrosh also going to be taken out as well. That is a 1-for-1.
And we all know a dead Uther is better than a living Uther.
Alright, and Malthiel getting that camp, being a really good offlaner, just saying, you know what, I'm here for the XP. Speaking of which, here they are. Leoric a little bit more XP. Running Wild ahead a little bit by about half a level. Just saying, we're gonna get this sapper camp. Oh, and the sapper camp goes down immediately, just runs right into that gate and blows up. And
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair there.
But while we're watching sappers kill themselves,
Yes.
we get a 2-for-1 as Falstad goes down after taking on the Grey Mane. Junkrat is going to go down to Leoric as well. Diablo at really low health gets flipped over the wall from the Junkrat. Malthiel going to take him out though. That is 2-for-3 as Garrosh falls at the end. Kairu losing all of her souls. Now a baby Diablo.
Little baby Diablo.
Looking with a soul stone to fill.
But they still get the altar.
Your powers will be more brave, Kira, like all the others.
Yeah, it was a 1-for-1 trade on the altars, so that really just kind of holding on to their lead. They had a really rough fight there at trying to invade the enemy sapper camp, and when you invade the enemy sapper camp, you gotta be ready for a fight. Big APOC combo on to Malthiel. The right wing coming in with the face shift, not gonna be enough as a flip, and the stun from the APOC is enough to set up the Grey Mane for the kill. Huge, beautifully executed play with that level 10 advantage over Boogans forever. I don't know.
A true wombo combo. We're gonna have to ask them. I feel bad.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they're in a game right now.
Oh, weird.
So while Boogans Forever is regrouping, we got APOC go for the throat. March of who? I don't know. Divine Shield, Endurance of Hate. What is it called? March something. March of the Black King.
March of the Black King.
That can't be right. Bell says March of Poop on Air. March of Poop on Air. March of Poop. I don't know. But Boogans coming in with a vengeance. Mephisto and Grey Mane going to fall with the
right
Decimate.
Oh
my goodness. So we've got Blink Heal, Decimate. So finally, you know what? Diamond players take Decimate. I feel vindicated. Writ Tire. What is that? Tormented Souls and Mighty Gust coming out for BN. And the blue team gonna pick up that objective, not evening the score, taking the lead 28-24. And they're gonna go ahead and pick up their own sapper can. That's gonna be marching down the bottom lane. However, Running Wild does have the opportunity to probably clear it, but Falstad just going ham on Diablo. As everybody's just like, you know what? We're friends. We'll chill. We'll chill. We're good. You good? We're good. We're good. We're good. You good?
We're just gonna clear.
Yeah. Malthiel getting that XP top first to level 13. Running Wild.
Malthiel going for that top camp.
So we are just under the halfway point as far as core health goes in general. What do you think of the showing so far?
I mean, I really feel like it's like anyone's game. Obviously, Running Wild's got that wombo combo. They can really delete somebody, but I feel like Boogan's really staying in this. Boogans.
Who?
Boogans?
Boogan?
Bagel?
Bagel? Alright, so the next objective is going to be a 1 altar objective here at the bottom. Neither team has taken the bottom fort, so easy access to the altar from both sides. But running wild, trying to get the sappers in, but Boogie Knights is able to take them out pretty quick. Boogans forever making a play to get in position on this objective. They have the advantage. They're going to be able to channel right now, forcing running wild to make or to come in. There's the shade from Mephisto coming in onto the Junkrat to interrupt. There's the APOC, the isolation onto Mephisto, not the ability, just the setup. Mephisto goes down to the APOC and the combo. The Dirts of Hate landing with a good spread. Junkrat gonna follow. Junkrat not living very long after the Mephisto, and Leoric gonna channel now. Pretty much uncontested. Caticide just meowing all over the place. Yes. So anyway, red team coming back to tying up the game.
I like Blue Jeans Forever. Seems like something I can pronounce. I'm really sorry.
Blue Jeans.
I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Teach me English.
Blue Jeans Forever. I love it. It's like blue team, it's Boogan and Boojin. Blue Jeans Forever. That is... it is the way. Do you know the way? Nice invade from running wild onto the siege camp. A Junkrat happening. That's what those explosions are called. It's just called a Junkrat.
A Junkrat, yeah.
But not in time to clear or to stop the camp cap. That sapper gonna be taken out by Brightwing. Probably 2 more sappers walking in. One of them is gonna get through to the tower. The other one does get taken out. Ooh. Brightwing gonna get killed in the process of trying to take out that sapper. That sapper that half health. This Palisade gonna be able to take it out. All the Junkrat bites are missing, and it dies just in time before hitting the fort. Oh, I would hate to be that sapper with absolutely no purpose to my life.
Nothing.
Meanwhile, in the top
lane, nothing to live for.
Malthiel and Leoric going back and forth. Leoric Ghost walking out saying, nope, I'm out of here. I'm gonna ride my owl bear thing away to the mid lane, get that double soak. Diablo hanging out in the bush. She's looking for a play, but no plays will present themselves. Oh, there she goes, crawling on all fours, learning how to crawl before she walks. Oh, she stood up. Diablo has learned how to walk, looking for maybe a play on the garage, but no, gets tossed instead. Then Polly, then Junkratted, but a huge divine shield onto Diablo as the Endurance of Hate comes out. The Riptire gonna blast Diablo. Diablo getting isolated. There is the cleanse from the Uther. Diablo's gonna go down. That is all of the souls. Diablo's gonna be back now, but Leoric able to cap that other objective. So now we have a 5v4-ish, now a 5v3, about to be a 5v4 again over this altar. Blue Jeans Forever picking up the altar and making a play on this boss. This boss is getting picked up uncontested. Leoric is going to investigate, but there's not going to be any time for counterplay. But the bottom fort does go over to Running Wild, who now they have control of the bot lane. But I don't think it's going to get a whole lot. I think by the time the next time objectives come up towards the bottom half of the map, that fort will be taken back. But it is something to be aware of. A big Dirts of Hate going to also be a big whiff as the rotation of Blue Jeans Forever does cause that to miss. But again, it's such a short cooldown. And did we get cooldown reduction? We got Spite and Shard of Hate. No heroic ability reduction, but a lot of basic ability. Oh, I pressed a button. But a lot of basic ability cooldown reduction coming from Mephisto. And it seems you have left the game.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I have.
And you are attempting to rejoin.
I am rejoining.
How's that working for you?
It's going. It was frozen for a while, so I decided, maybe I Alt F4 and just uninstall the game. I think about that daily.
All right. Well, we're back. 3 sappers into the core. Meow Meow Cats has rejoined the game. Welcome back, co-caster.
Thank you so much.
Running wild, getting that sapper camp in. That's gonna narrow the margin.
Huge.
This next altar will tie the game for them if they're able to get it. If they're not, Blue Jeans Forever will only get 3 points out of it unless they can take the sport back somehow. But I think they're going to focus on getting the points and minimizing the damage. Mr. Executive with the early channel. Does Uther get it in time? He does. That is a 5 altar pick. There's the APOC and the Mighty Gus with endurance of hate out. And no one is going to die in that huge, ginormous combo. Junkrat's going to walk out. Here comes the Riptire on top of the Tormented Souls. The Divine Shield is going to expire for the Junkrat. Riptire goes off. No one's going to die still. There's a Decimate slowing down Diablo on the retreat. Diablo's going to go down, not able to get the flip and stun onto the garage, but Mephisto with the shade chasing the Junkrat. That is a 1-for-1, but it looks like Malthael might fall as well, but no, not before Uther and Greymane go down. And the shade not enough to catch up to the Malthael. Leoric goes walking out, running wild in such a bad position right now, just sandwiched on by Blue Jeans Forever. That is a 4-for-1, although they do get one more sapper across. Two more sappers across. Yeah. That is how math works.
Math is good. I just watched them. I didn't actually do any math.
Running wild with a 10 point play, going from 23 sappers in for 17, 5 on the cap to 12, and 2 more, a 10 sapper play or a 10 point play around that objective at the cost of 4 heroes. That might actually have been worth it, as they are getting picked up before this next altar this next set of altars come up, and that bottom 4 getting taken back. What do you think, Meow? Is running wild in this game?
I definitely think they're coming back here.
Is Blue Jeans out? Are they gonna? What do you think so far?
I mean, Blue Jeans are just. I guess they're out of style.
Ah, you know? I get it.
Dun, 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 dun.
So level 20s are online for Blue Jeans. We've got improved Blink Heal, improved Decimate, improved Riptire. I believe
and Leoric goes down.
Yeah, no one can stop Death, but Death has arrived for the Angel of Death. Leoric also going down as well, but Leoric does get his takedowns for his Mithril Mace. Malthael has returned. No one can stop Death. We'll have an increased death timer next time he does go down. Big Divine Shield after getting Junkratted into the team. Uther going to stay alive. There's the Shade and the Mimic level 20 from Mephisto. Diablo gets the souls before going down, is going to come back up, coming back to the objective. That is a lot of kills for Blue Jeans Forever in exchange for their Junkrat and Mephisto. Mephisto is back, Diablo is back. This Malthael not going to get the channel. But they did get their own altar, so now they can 5v5 for the Running Wild altar pretty much forever right now. Lots of sustain from the Brightwing and the Malthael. There's the March of the Damned coming from Leoric. There's the Shade and Mimic, but Mephisto going down, already back to his Shade, not going to be able to get away. Falsad clearing out the rest of Running Wild. It is 4v3. Malthael just going to go ahead and cap. Kairu coming in with the Flame Stomp. And the charge. Stun onto the wall. There's the Tormented Souls. Lots of percentage damage going out onto the Diablo with the flip. Tumpy's in a bad spot. There's the APOC. Gonna get a few. Gonna flip for days with that overpower domination, or overpowering nightmare. Diablo and Leoric going to go down in the end. Uther gonna fall as well. 3 for none now on that last section of the fight. That is going to be 4 altars, and
here comes boss.
The boss coming out. We didn't even get a chance to actually go over these level 20s. Running Wild, Lord of Terror, Hunter's Blunderbuss, Shroud of the Dead King, Mimic, and Redemption. Here comes a last-ditch effort play from the Greymane, and that's going to be 4.
That's going to be the game.
4 more points from the boss, and you are correct. That is the math. 4 minus 4 is game over, and a sweep for Boogans Forever. The Blue Jeans playing wonderfully, even from behind.
Wow. I really thought that Running Wild was coming back there.
They were, and then they stopped. So back on the stat page, while I try to get caught up with a couple things, tell me how these stats strike you.
Well, they strike me as I currently can't see them because I got logged out of HOTS.
Oh,
so
that's unfortunate. Well, give me your so give me your impression then.
I mean, I really hold on. I'm looking at them now on your screen.
Okay.
Well, luckily, you're casting, so that really helps me. Here.
Oh, that reminds me.
I mean, really, you see so much damage on Falstad. Wow, that's like 11 and 2 Falstad. That's crazy. Brightwing with huge heals there. Just, you know, obviously out healing the Uther, which in the end, I think really definitely helped them. And then you see like a really just everyone on Running Wild had very standard damage, but you know, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to take down Boogans.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I forgot how that was gonna work. Let me.
Oh man, I'm not even on the right account now. God.
All right. So, meet me over in one of the casting lobbies. I think you can see the casting lobbies in the NGS chat as your picture gets distorted.
Yeah, perfect.
And I will meet you over there for an interview with Tom Peace.
I will be. Turned.
All right. So, I need to remember how to turn this off. All right, cool. Yeah, that'll work. You can be a gray screen for now.
That's fine. That's good.
Tom Peace,
Hey,
welcome.
hey. Thank you.
What a sweep! How's that feel, bud?
Feels really good. We first two games of our season were really quite close games. We ended up losing them 2-1 and 0-2, but we didn't feel like we played all that poorly. We just felt like we made some mistakes in those games, and so it was, you know, it's always frustrating to lose those types of games. So we really wanted to, you know, come out strong in these last two games that we played, and we've done that on both of them. So our two of our guys, Non-Champ and Bummer, they put a lot of effort into scouting, and we watch as much video as we can too that's available to us. So, you know, we felt like we had a good idea on what we wanted to ban and what we had in store for them, you know, what we didn't think they'd be able to deal with. So
yeah, so looking at the standings, you're about in the middle of the pack right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, making sure you have a good playoff margin without coming on too strong to make other teams worry about you. Right?
Yeah.
Most important question of the day. Is it Blue Jeans? Is it Boogans? Is it Boogans? Is it Boogans?
Boogans.
Oh, that's funny. We get this question every season, so it's great. It's Boogans, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I was
We may have said Blue Jeans a lot because you were on the blue team.
Hey man, that's
Blue
all
jeans.
good. It's all good.
We got Squirtle guy over here. Really, he was not appreciating our pronunciation. So we.
That's one of our boys for sure. So.
Yeah, you had a bunch of your boys in the chat. Was glad to have them. I forgot to award you your point that I doesn't actually do anything except go on the stream. So game number 1. I liked the comp. I don't remember the comp, but I liked it. You had a Chromie, you had a Garrosh, you had those were a Diva. Those were the important ones.
Yeah.
And it looked like you had a lot of synergy with your comps once we looked at it, it wasn't until level 10 that we realized what was going on.
Yeah.
That they had a Cocoon, a Massive Shove, a Containment Disc, so they could turn a 5v5 into a 5v2 whenever they wanted. But other than the heroics, it didn't look like there was a whole lot of character synergy on the team. And so I want to know what your as the draft was playing out, what you were thinking, if you made any pivots in the draft, and kind kind of how that game felt, what the comms were like. I kind of take us through game 1 for Blue Jeans Forever.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're working on and we're seeing it really pay off is our drafting and kind of reading the draft and see, what the team's taken and reacting to that, picking picks that we think are going to be helpful against what they're showing. And before we felt like we would get really hyper focused on, we really want to run this, and when we do that, then you put yourself in a hole because you're so focused on drafting that particular comp that you want to run that you put yourself in a bad spot for them to counter you, and you may end up taking it into things that that aren't good for it. So that's one of the things that we've been working on. We also know we have a couple of priority picks on certain maps, and we were able to get a couple of those too. So yeah, like you said, there wasn't a ton of like actual synergy between those heroes, but we kind of knew what we were wanting to do, and our communications are really good. Like they've improved a ton over the couple seasons that we've been together, so it's pretty cool.
Did you get the draft you initially wanted?
Yeah, I mean, we like I was saying too, like we really didn't. We had some ideas on some early priority picks, but the other ones are kind of fill in what we see, reacting to what they're taking, and so yeah, to answer your question, I'd say yeah, we did get what we wanted. So
you picked Chromie. They had the Falstad. I'm gonna ask about the Falstad in a little bit when we get to game 2. Yeah. But Chromie seemed like she was not one of the big winners out of this last balance patch. How are y'all liking it?
Well, did it get banned game 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's your answer right there.
That's kind of how we've been feeling too, but
yeah, non-champ's really good at Chromie. So, spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't actually do any scouting, if you're listening to this.
If they don't do any scouting, they're not listening to this.
Yeah, exactly. Very true. Good point. So, yeah, so that's, you leave that open for them, and we're going to hopefully make you pay for it, so.
So you, as the offlaner, you were the diva. And obviously the mouth eel. Great job. Let me pull the stats back up. Great job on the soak. I know Leoric kind of outpaced you a little bit in game 2, but that's not the soak, while being a big part of the offlaner's job, not the entirety of the job, being there for the team, being able to make the rotations, picking up the camps. And it seemed like as a diva, you were a very, very present threat. Is that I see a lot of divas that are just kind of AFK push, and then a lot of divas that are more team fight oriented. Is that normally how you play diva?
Well, that's like one of her best things. Like that's one of the reasons she's so good right now, is because she can just double soak almost better than anyone, because she can move so quickly, especially on Volskaya. It's such a small map that like I press Q and it boost up and I'm already there in mid. I use the little elevator or escalator, whatever it is, and I'm there. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely, at least for me, that what I'm trying to do every time is get ahead on the soak as much as I can, get ahead in the rotation priority, and potentially force 5v4s while their other laner is caught catching the wave bottom. So Diva's really good at doing that, and yeah.
And so before I turn game 1 over to Meow, there was a something that we were noticing, and this is why I really like casting these diamond level, these Div A games and higher, is you were the objectives were basically ignored. And I'm familiar with that with like Alterac, with some not NGS maps right now, but the Protector's a little underwhelming. But it still seems like it should be a focal point of the map. Can you tell us about, because both teams did it, I don't think it's really revealing too much. I think it's just more a level of play discrepancy. Can you tell me about ignoring the objective?
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional. We were kind of talking during that, like this is kind of weird right now, like what's going on? And I think it was like we were just seeing soak that needed to be covered. We were seeing camps that were available to be taken, and then we would, we knew that we had time. Like we knew that if we weren't going to be right on the objective first, it wasn't a big deal. Like we could go do all the other things, which kind of forces them to react to that. So like if they hop on objective first, then we can go take the heal camp, or we could go get wave priority in the lanes, and then they have to choose whether or not they want to react to that and step off or not. And they continuously chose to just kind of mimic what we were doing. So it was kind of like a stalemate there for a bit of just no one going on the on the objective there. So yeah, I don't think that was necessarily intentional. It was just kind of the way things were flowing, and it was definitely kind of weird. But yeah.
All right, cool. Meow. Any questions about game number 1?
No, I think that was a very good game. I think what you said, Taco, about ignoring the objective was just very interesting. And I think when you play a lot of Storm League or competitive HOTS, you don't see that very often, and people really will die for the objective. And I think that's like a good thing to see and take into perspective that, you know, the objective is really
There's a whole
not
nother,
going to win you the game. Yeah.
yeah, there's a whole another 90% of the map.
Yep.
Tom Peace, is it okay if I call you Tom?
You call me whatever.
I can call you. All right, whatever. Is there? No, I'm kidding. Tom, is there anything else from that game 1 that you wanted to point out in particular before we go on to game number 2?
The team played well. I mean, there was a couple things that we knew that they were going to do. We knew they were going to invade early, and they made some good plays too. Like, it wasn't, it was a 2-0 domination, but like they were making some really good plays throughout these games. So, I think that's the biggest thing is, mindset wise, is we knew we lost, a fight on the camp. We knew, like, okay, it's all good, move on to the next thing. And that's the best thing you can do, is just stay positive, look for the next play. So yeah, we did that in that game and it was good.
Yeah. Thank you. For game number 2, Meow, I'll let you go ahead since I apparently took all your questions.
Well, I don't really have any questions. It was just like a very hectic game. I really didn't think that you guys were going to win it in the end. I feel like their wombo combo on Diablo with the Greymane, Mephisto, Uther Stun, it was just shutting you guys down.
I like their comp better, not going to lie.
Yeah. And you guys just really came back, and it was just really maintaining the map, really, and soaking and just winning and taking those picks. And just came right back, and that boss play at the end, and that's the game, and that's towers. It's not really a huge team fight map. It's really just playing the map.
Yeah, that's the. It depends how you look at it, I guess, right? Like what position you're in. That's the fun or not so fun part about that map, is you're always still in it, even down to one shot half the time. So
absolutely.
Myself and Thunder, we we both got caught a few times just in spots that, we thought, just miscommunications on some of those things, and you get caught, and it's frustrating. But it's again the same thing I kind of said closing out for the last map, was just you look for the next play, and we've done a really good job of like kind of reading the mini map a lot. Like there was times where we knew one of their heroes was not there with them, and so we would try to force fights when we could. Some of those early fights with those combos, like I was late to those fights, and so it was like really hard to get in there. And unfortunately, I mistook a talent and didn't take my unstoppable talent, so that I didn't get comboed like 3 times in that game. So yeah, I mean they had a really good wombo combo, but we had a ton of damage to be able to put out there. And at least personally for me, the Tormented Souls, like for solo heal Uther, it's really difficult for him to deal with that. So
yeah, I thought that was an interesting pick, taking Tormented Souls over the Last Rites. Yeah, definitely. Is there a reason that you would pick that over Last Rites in this situation?
Yeah, for sure. So he had D shields, so it's like he just D shields my Last Rites, and then Uther really struggles to AoE damage. He can really only heal a target once, twice, and then shield them. So Tormented Souls kind of does AoE damage, which is really good, and we had a lot of other damage coming from a lot of other sources too, for sure. So it was really hard for him to deal with.
So I'd like to ask kind of a similar thing about the draft, if you kind of got the comp you wanted, if it went the direction you wanted. But with that, to kind of give you the floor back in a second, I would also like to know, there was a point where they started out ahead, y'all tied it up, they fell behind, so y'all were ahead, and then they got a 10-point play around an objective with 5 sappers getting in before and after. And so I'm curious if there are 2 separate questions that I'm going to pretend are related to each other. So I'm curious if there was a point where y'all felt like you were no longer in control of the game, and about the draft, and if you can tie those 2 things together, you get extra points.
Yeah, for sure. We liked the draft. We liked what we had. Kind of mentioned the reasons why with Malthael, and we had Falstad. I mean, apparently broken right now, so that's that's pretty good. The Junkrat's really good. Camo plays really good Junkrat. You know, we knew, at least draft-wise, we saw the Diablo pick with Uther, and so we just kind of immediately went back to the Garrosh because we feel like he does really well against Diablo. For, you know, whether you want to, you know, depending on the scenario, you can either throw him in and taunt him and kill him, or you can throw him out as well. And then Brightwing's obviously really good into Diablo too. So we felt really good with the draft, to be honest. Their Wombo was good, but we knew we could sustain through that. So and then yeah, as far as like out of control of the game, that's towers. Like, you never really feel like it. As long as you're able to catch up the soak and get on the same talent tier, you always got a chance, and that's what we did. So they won.
Yeah,
That top fight there, our team won a really good down 15 talent tier, down 16 talent tier fight.
There was like 3 fight. Oh wait, you said around level 15, 16?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Top fight there when we ended up getting boss 2.
Okay. Oh right, the first time I got
The
boss.
first boss, yeah.
Yeah, and then towards the end of the game, that was like 3 or 4 team fights spread across one objective.
Yeah. It was crazy. Yeah.
What are comms like for that fight?
Hard to pinpoint who you want to go for when you've got Leoric and Diablo in your face. Greymaine's over there, you know, trying to get on our backline. It's hard. You just kind of look for, you know, somebody who's somewhat isolated, and then we just start calling people and going on them. So at least for the 20 fight, they spent a lot of resources killing me, but Malthael comes back. So
yeah, I mentioned that you had picked up No One Can Stop Death, and then they killed you.
Yeah.
And then they didn't stop death. So, who's the shot caller?
You know, it's pretty community. Like Barmanat will kind of call our engages and what he's looking for. I think we all 5 do a really good job of just talking about like what we're seeing and what we want to do, what we want to look for. So yeah, it's really, you know, you can look at it 2 ways, like either a downfall or a good part about us is it's kind of a community thing. So it works out well for us, so we like it. Fantastic.
Because I imagine calling targets for that gets pretty chaotic the longer the fight goes.
Yeah, this is the reason nobody wants to do it.
Yeah. So overall, really great set, really strong set. That's why it's called a domination. Even though the games were pretty close, even if sometimes it didn't feel, you feel like you're behind, or sometimes you feel like you're way ahead. It looked like it was a pretty close set the entire time. Without watching the replays, without talking to the team, just you're off the cuff, who's your MVP?
Man, I don't know. I would say probably Campbell. He had a really good Greymane game in game 1. He had some really nice Junkrat plays and boops in game 2. Felt like everybody played pretty well. You know, some mistakes were made, but I would say I'm going to go with Campbell on this one.
All right, fantastic. And like I said, you don't have to stick to that after you talk to the team, but I like to get a raw opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I like that question.
And so before what you talked, there were a lot of good things that y'all did, and y'all talked about making adjustments, kind of. But what's something that, if you were from playing it, and again without having watched the replay, if you're like, all right guys, we need to work on this, what did you do poorly this match?
Yeah, it's our global usage is probably one of our weakest points that we know we need to work on. We do play Brightwing obviously, and we need to work more on figuring out the best way of taking advantage of the global with Brightwing. It's tough because you don't have your healer with you in certain scenarios per se. Falstad is a little bit new to us since we really didn't play him much before. So really just probably working on our global usage correctly, making sure people are in position, you know, when objectives are coming up. I would say that's our biggest thing for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's really big. Getting control of those things will really bring strength into a map. Last question for real. What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, my favorite TV show, man. Breaking Bad's a pretty darn good TV show. I love that one.
You are the one who throws, huh?
Yeah.
Well, no, sorry. I was looking at Garrosh. I've been looking at this Garrosh build.
Yeah.
All right, Meow. Any questions from you?
No, I think great games and good job, team. And sorry we mispronounced your name for about half of the time.
We pronounced it correctly every single time.
Yes.
Through every variation, they were all correct. All right, Tom, the floor is yours. Shout outs. Where do people find you? Have at it.
Yeah, for sure. I shout out to Running Wild. I don't think that they should take, domination suck, but they didn't play poorly. Most of the games they were close games. So it was good matches there, and they should move on to the next one for sure and do well. Gilly Sharks, we scrim with them a lot, and it really helps. They're a really cool crew, so they've helped us a ton over the last couple of seasons. And then obviously the fellas on the team and all of our fellas that join the chat there and join us and watch us every time we play. So pretty cool.
All right, man. And if people want to figure out what Boogan's Forever is doing next, where can they go?
I on Twitter, TomPiece STL. If you really want to follow me, I don't say too much on there, but you can do it if you want.
There you go. You should tweet out when you got matches at least, right?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think I should get back on it a little bit more though.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you so much. Congratulations on the domination. Have a great evening. Sorry I took so much of your time with that.
No, I enjoyed it. All good, man. We appreciate you guys picking up the cast.
Oh, I love it. I love casting these higher level matches too, because I really believe they help me get better at this game. So thanks for putting on a demonstration for us.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, have a
Take care,
great
guys.
night. Meow, I will call you back.
Oh, okay.
Hello, is this thing on? All right. So while we're getting Meow Cats back, there she is.
I don't even get a call from you. I just get like.
Does it? Oh, well, just hello. Oh, well.
Answer my call, please.
I don't know how Discord works. So first match, that was your first cast. How was it?
It was fun. Wow, my brain hurts.
Does it?
Yes. So much action at one time,
Thinking about 10 rolls instead of 1 is a little bit harder, huh?
Woof, woof.
All right. Well, so overall, I kind of asked you already, but if you have any more thoughts on the match before we get going, I want to give you that opportunity.
Yeah, I thought Boogans did really, really well. Their team comps, I think, just really won the game for them, and their overall play of the maps versus going for those team fights and those kills. I think in the end is why they won against Running Wild 2 in a row.
Yeah, it definitely played out. I think like I said earlier, I really like the team synergy on Running Wild for the second game, but in general, I think the team strat was stronger for Boogan Forever. That first team comp, the second team comp seemed a little bit more organized. They were able to play the map better. Running Wild had a really strong team fight. Excuse me, I'm sorry. They had a really strong team fight comp.
Right.
But I don't think they had as much map control as they would have liked to have out of a Falstad, Brightwing, and Malthiel.
Yeah, so, I don't think you can compete against that.
So this is a higher level than we play at. Did you learn anything?
Wow, what did I learn in this? Is the objective is not that big of a deal.
It is not that big of a deal.
I think sometimes you'll suicide for the objective and
then you're not there to clear it.
Right, exactly. So like what value did you get from it? So I think that's like a huge, especially on like Volskaya, where the protector is big, but unless you have the other team completely dead, you're not getting a lot out of that. So it's better if you're all alive and then taking that fight and picking off someone that's not in the protector, Yeah,
I see a lot of teams just go past the protector and it's like, hey, there's 3 people here, let's kill them.
Right.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for casting with me in your first cast.
It was fun. It was very fun.
Where can people find you?
You can find me in the Nexus only. That's the only place I live. Hit me up, Meow Cats. I don't know my tag, but you'll see me. Or you can see me on Twitch for Meow Cats.
That's 3.
Three meows.
3 meows.
With a Z. Very
with
important.
the Z.
That's where you could
wait,
find
so
me.
is that Z-E-O-W, Z-E-O, is that meow with the Z?
Meow with a Z.
Meow with the Z. Z-E-O-W.
Meow, 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 cats.
Oh, meow with an M, but cats is with a Z. Okay.
Yeah.
All
not
right.
not me's.
Yowza. Okay. And I'm Taco. It's been a pleasure having everybody here. You can find me here at twitch.tv/eltaquito. You can also find me at the Lil Taco on Twitter. I try to keep my casts and my team matches up to date. Meow is on my team. If you had a good time with her here as well, definitely come check out our matches. Part of the Region Network. Stay up to date with @Region Hots as well for everything that they're doing. And I will be here tomorrow night with Prostman Pat casting a game, a match.
He's much cuter than me, so you'll enjoy it much more.
No comment. So tomorrow night we're casting Pat and I will be casting Frank Sfurders and Kelthas Can't Spell CCS 3. Big shout out to the CCS community for a lot of work they've done in the NGS community. That team, I believe, is led by Crushinator, the lead caster for NGS this season. So big shout out to those guys. So come back here tomorrow night at 8:15 Eastern time, and we'll have a good time going. I'm gonna figure out a raid, and I'm going to get us out of here. Everybody have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you liked the cast, if you liked us, if you liked me, feel free to hit that follow button and get those notifications for when I'm going live again. And with that, and with every day being a Taco Tuesday, I bid you good night.
Thanks, Taco.
Jotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is on 25%.
Back down, yo, on the Great Man, give me the first ball. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthail up there. A triple.
Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is going to be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead.